The most shocking news of the season has just emerged. Lewis Hamilton is about to wave the white flag and surrender completely to the current season. The seven-time world champion is ready to tell Ferrari to focus entirely on the future, abandoning all hope for the present. Attention! What I'm about to tell you is the dramatic ending of a shattered dream. Hamilton, the man who is supposed to bring Ferrari back to the top, is preparing to speak the most painful words of his career. It's time to focus on next year, but that's not all. Nico Rosberg, the champion who knows Hamilton better than anyone else, has released chilling statements that paint a dramatic picture of the situation. His situation is very bleak. Seeing him like this hurts. Words that freeze your blood and confirm the severity of the crisis. While Leclerc continues to shine and brings Ferrari to the podium, lifting the team's fortunes in the Constructors' Championship, Hamilton sinks deeper into an endless nightmare. The car shows timid signs of awakening, but for the Briton it seems to be too late. It was a terrible day. It was awful. I don't know what to say. It's probably just my fault. These are Hamilton's devastating words after yet another disappointing performance. These aren't simple excuses, it's total surrender. A tragic chapter in a legendary career. The seven-time world champion had arrived at Maranello with enormous ambitions. Not for marketing reasons, as someone maliciously suggested, but convinced he still had great cards to play, certain he could return as a protagonist and win again. Instead, reality turned into a nightmare. Apart from a few rare flashes of brilliance, Hamilton has only faced bitterness. And this bitterness, instead of diminishing, continues to multiply, dragging him into a vicious circle from which escape seems impossible. The comparison with Leclerc has become merciless. The Monegasque has dominated him both in speed and strategy, showing a superiority that deeply wounds the Briton's pride. While Charles always manages to adapt to the car's limits, Hamilton seems lost, unable to find the right feeling with the red machine. But the problem goes beyond technical aspects. Worrying misunderstandings with the pit wall have emerged, tensions with top-level professionals who should be his main allies. A toxic atmosphere that certainly doesn't help the performance of a driver already in deep crisis. The truth is harsh and painful. Hamilton doesn't gel with the current Ferrari. He can't drive it as he wants. He can't express his potential. It's as if he's lost the magic that made him legendary, that ability to transform even the most difficult cars into winning weapons. And here come Nico Rosberg's devastating words. Hamilton's former rival from the Mercedes days has painted an even more dramatic picture. Seeing him like this hurts. It was a horrible day for him, because he was simply slow, and this is very unusual. Rosberg, who lived through years of epic battles with Hamilton, knows how to recognize when something's wrong. Sometimes in qualifying he struggles, but usually in the race he's fantastic. But his Grand Prix was terribly ugly. The cruelest words come right after. Even he has no answers, and when you don't have them, it's really tough as a driver. Plus, he saw his teammate reach the podium. In light of the season he's had so far, his situation is very bleak. A ruthless diagnosis that confirms the severity of the crisis. When a driver of Hamilton's caliber no longer has answers, it means the situation is truly desperate. But the most devastating bomb is yet to explode. Hamilton revealed his future intentions with disarming honesty. I don't know what upgrades we have planned, but we haven't had one for a while. And then the confession that freezes your blood. We'll keep pushing with what we have, but soon I'll tell the team it's time to focus on next year. A statement that sounds like total surrender to the current season. Hamilton explained his reasoning with dramatic clarity. This season is about building a foundation, learning to understand the tools in terms of structure and processes, and perfecting them. The final objective is tragically clear. When we get to the future, we'll have the car we really want. A desperate hope for tomorrow after completely giving up on the present. On the gap with the competition, Hamilton was brutally honest. They've done an extraordinary job. They have half a second advantage over me. We don't have an upgrade that can give us half a second, that's for sure. Words that sound like a final verdict. Hamilton admits Ferrari's technical inferiority and the impossibility of closing the gap immediately. The situation has become so serious that even the most optimistic are starting to doubt. The Hamilton-Ferrari project, born with enormous expectations, risks becoming the most spectacular failure in modern Formula One. The Briton faces a dramatic choice: continue suffering in the present or bet everything on the future. His decision to push Ferrari to focus on the new project represents the last desperate attempt to save what remains of his red dream. But there's an even more serious problem. Has Hamilton truly managed to integrate into the Ferrari mentality? Has he understood Italian culture, that very particular Modenese one? And above all, has Ferrari understood him? Surrounded by countless attentions but often distracted by external diversions, the Briton seems to have not yet found the key to unlock his potential in red. A disconnection that could explain many of the current difficulties. Ferrari faces a dramatic crossroads. They must save Soldier Hamilton at all costs because his is an investment that cannot and must not prove to be a failure. Too much money spent, too many expectations created, too much credibility at stake. Time is running out and pressure is mounting. Every race that passes without improvements makes the crisis deeper and the comeback more difficult. Hamilton has admitted that his only hope is the future project, a confession that reveals how desperate the current situation is. The lesson is bitter but clear. Even the greatest champions can fall. Hamilton, the man who dominated Formula One for years, finds himself begging for hope for tomorrow, after giving up fighting for the present. A tragic ending that nobody expected. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with the latest Formula One news. Thanks for being with us. See you in the next video where we'll continue exploring the secrets and innovations of the Formula One world.